Hi there, you want to learn how to cook without a recipe? Keep watching. It's not just about the recipe, it's about how to cook, plan a meal, throw a party. I'm Vicki, and this is Meals and Entertaining for Regular People. Hi, today's episode is called Getting a Feel for Food. And this is probably one of the hardest things to do. But before I can teach you how to get dinner on the table at the same time, hot at the same time when you're cooking all these different things, you have to understand or start getting familiar with how long it takes the food to cook. So, and this is also for if you're going to cook without a recipe. So that's really important. I'm going to use zucchini as an example because it cooks really fast, and I want you to, I'm just picking this vegetable, and I'm picking carrots because these are the opposite ends of the cooking spectrum. I would kind of pick something that you really like to eat and buy it. The other day, my husband said, "What are parsnips like?" So we went and bought some and we cooked it. And then we understood if we ever wanted to incorporate it into a meal in the future, what it looks like, what it tastes like, how to cook it. So you're not caught unaware in the middle of trying to cook dinner that you burned something or whatever. And you need to know that, like I said, the timing. So zucchini, I picked this because I think it's the most fragile vegetable to cook. And so I'm going to just cook it for the fun of it while we're talking. And you can see how fast it goes and when you want to take it off. So I like to use a mixture of butter and olive oil. So I'm going to use a little bit of butter. I'm going to use a little olive oil. And once again, I'm not really seasoning this because I want you to see how it cooks, not how it tastes. And then when we get into a seasoning episode, we'll do that. So I've chopped up my zucchini in little half rounds because they were smaller. You can slice them, you can quarter it and keep it long and put it on the barbecue. But it literally, you can go from, with zucchini, you can go from 0 to hero really, or hero to 0, yeah, it just overcooks. And so I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's overcooked. So I've got this going here, and I'll get this a little hot. I have it in my non-stick. Of course I have this here, which I'm always going to try and use by accident, which I should be using this. And then I'm going to put these in here. We're going to toss them a little in the butter, and then they're going to start to cook. Let me set this aside. Sorry I was off camera there, because I know that every minute without me is just so hard on you guys. Okay, so I'm tossing it a little. Remember, I have a bad paw, so I don't stir. Man, I used to actually give lessons on, oh no, this is how you stir. And now I look like okay, good. So I've got this all nice and good. And we're going to let this get started. And we'll talk a little bit about the carrots. The carrots are hard as a rock. So there's only two ways to cook carrots. You can steam them or you can boil them. I guess you can roast them too, but I don't. But yeah, you can stick them in there. I bought these kind of carrots today because all our carrots are such inconsistent sizes now. And this is a rice steamer, but it's also a vegetable steamer. So look and see what it says, how much water to do. I know these are going to take, they're going to take at least 35 minutes. So I know that in advance. I'm just going to throw that in there into my little rice steamer. I think that I will slide this over so this beautiful camera can see it. Ta-da! Then I'm going to set it on cook and forget about it until it's time to eat. So that's easy. So I will know when I'm planning my meals, when I'm trying to be, when I'm trying to figure out how to get dinner on the table at the same time, I'm going to know. I got that out of the way. But this little guy, you can't even really walk away from it. And what I do is I try, so this is just for zucchini, and it's not really supposed to be just a zucchini lesson, but that I cook it to the point where it's almost done, and then I turn it off. Because I want you to remember that all food will continue cooking. Pasta is a really good example. I was going to cook some pasta, but you guys all know how to do that. You cook the pasta until you can still see a little bit of dark, hard part in the middle. When you know what's, and that's called al dente. At that point is when I remove it out of the water, but it's still hot. That's why in the old days, our moms and stuff, when we want to cool something off, we'll rinse it, drain it, and rinse it. I thought we were rinsing the starch off, but really we're stopping it from cooking. So you see in a lot of recipes that people will make broccoli and then they'll plunge it into an ice bath. They do that so it stops cooking. So if I cooked my zucchini until it was perfectly done, by the time I'm going to get to the table, it might be overcooked. So that's part about learning how to cook a little more, is experimenting, trying with each different thing that you like, and you'll know. So when we're almost at the point, I'll shut this off, it'll continue cooking, and it'll be perfect by the time I get to the table. And it's almost like zucchini is a nemesis. My husband likes to put it, we used to, you know, when we wanted to cook everything outside and throw the tinfoil away, we would put zucchini in there, but we quit doing it because you can't see it. You don't know when it's going to be done or not. Right now, pretend I'm seasoning it, and I want to show you, so we'll do some close-up later of what this looks like. But what kind of is going to happen is that we'll see, let me grab a fork, be right back. We'll see that the edges are very sharp. So this is the same in potatoes, when we're boiling potatoes and things. The edges will be sharp. Nice sharp edges. They'll start softening, and the same with potatoes. You can get an idea. Another good thing is that if you go upside down with a potato or the zucchini, for example, and it stays, it's still hard in the middle. So part of knowing your food is also knowing, so we've got 3 different things going on to be able to get dinner on the table at the same time. We've got to start learning about cooking temperatures, we've got length of cooking, and also amounts how much to make. Because we can cook too much, and unless you're making lunch the next day. So that's also a lot of an experience, is that you buy too much. And then we have it left over. And let me tell you, nobody's going to eat this cold. Zucchini is a one-shot, and in my opinion, if it's in the fridge, somebody saved it, I ain't eating it. So as you see, if you can see, we're starting to get a little caramelization. We learned that word. Or if we didn't, that's the beautiful little brown. Oh, why am I messing with that? See the fork? See how it's looking good? And see how the edges? I told you it'll come off the fork when it's almost done. So it's starting to get a little soft and it looks beautiful. Just imagine if this had salt and pepper on it. Yum, yum. Okay, so I'm going to stir it up, and it's getting close because it's getting super soft, but it's not quite all the way through. And then it will like kind of steam itself in its own juices here. But I still have a couple pieces that are hard. So I'll stir it up real good, and we're almost done with zucchini. Now, literally, the camera was only off for a second a minute ago. This is how quick this cooks. So you don't want to walk away from it. Oh my gosh. I guess what... It's my only shirt. Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to turn it off, even though it looks like it's not done. And off we go. Getting a feel for food. I think that I covered it. So once you kind of start knowing your items that you have to cook, then you can meal plan better. You can get dinner on the table at the same time. So we know we can get those on in time. We've timed it so that when it comes to be that 6 o'clock we're going to have dinner, those will be done, and I will have cooked this just a few minutes before. And it continued cooking. So this is an example. Let's see one that got cooked, because you're still going to get some that get cooked to death. They're not too mushy. But anyway, I'll do a close-up later and show you. And taste tester. Now remind you, this has no seasoning on it. Don't trip on anything. And don't burn your mouth. So you want to blow on it or?
This one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
This is Nancy.
That's no seasoning too. Wow. That's good. Can I take this? Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Shit. Check her purse when we get home. Or when she tries to leave, I want my fork back. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you learned, I'm just trying to give you some inspiration. I had written this all down ahead of time. And I showed my sister-in-law. What, honey? What? You want to see it? Say it out loud.
Are they done?
No.
How long does it
no.
take? How long does it take?
It takes about a half an hour.
Oh.
They take a long time. Yeah, it's going to steam. But when there's no more water, it's going to go ding. Because remember, it's magic. Okay, back to what great thing I was saying. Oh, my sister-in-law said, are you going to do all the vegetables? I said, no, you're going to have to do your own. Okay, because it would be really great if you could see all the vegetables and how they cook. But then I'd be a different kind of cooking show. So, have a great day. I'm out. As promised, here's what overcooked zucchini looks like. Splat. Thanks for watching. Please visit my website, mealsandentertaining.com, and see my available ebooks. Plus, subscribe to my channels, and don't forget to follow me, like me, or love me.